Today is President's Day. The day's almost over. It's almost midnight. 70 degrees here in Kansas City today. High of 20 something tomorrow. We've got really crazy weather going here in February. It's winter time, so February is 70s, 60s, and 20s. Ice storm, snowstorm. We're getting a lot of different weather here in the last week or two. Looks like Russia is going to start invading or has started invading Ukraine, Eastern Europe. Stock market futures were down 500 points. Dow 500 points earlier. I looked. I don't know. I looked. Went to the casino and got my ass kicked. And some of those people are saying something. And I say for President's Day, sign a contract to make me the president, pay me $1 billion a month at the casinos. Penn National Gaming owns Hollywood. I'm still open to get a contract with the board of directors to be the president with contract to paycheck, contract work, $1 billion a month. Job titles really don't mean any. It's like president, it's the money. So to maximize stock owner value of my company called Me and My Time and My Paycheck, $1 billion a month to me. Bankrupt the company, who cares? I don't care. I mean, I may be a little bit ridiculous, but everybody else is real ridiculous, including murder, identity thief, fraud. So I'll be as ridiculous, and I've never killed anybody, and I've never done anything to anybody. Besides react verbally to disrespect. So the verbal disrespect I get, I will sign a contract to be the chairman of Penn National Gaming Hollywood for $1 billion a month. Same thing with everywhere else I go and people mouth off and insult me. And it all goes back to Woolworth in 1978 in Metcalf South. That was the biggest Woolworth in the world, they said, maybe. I don't know. I mean, there's gossip people getting shot and killed in there, murdered, and oral sex performed on the boss so you wouldn't get fired. But the amount of money that I was paid, minimum wage, really, made my personal motivation coming from a Johnson County, middle class neighborhood. Who cares? That amount of money was so meaningless. I mean, I just got a job because Dad said to work and get a job, I don't have a lot of stories about that, and you're no different than everybody else. Well, that's the bottom line. I'd say you're no different than everybody else. And my degrees and test scores demand that I get that $1 billion a month hedge fund paycheck. And a signing bonus. Merrill Lynch, why don't you just contract me at $1 billion a month to be the chairman, Bank of America, Merrill Lynch. Give me a signing bonus, $1 trillion, and we'll just recount everything since I was 16 in Merrill Lynch in Kansas City and Overland Park, Metcalf, and everything after my master's. Let's get Wilbur and Purdue on there and let them talk about it. How Wilbur said I'd be arrested. Or there's 2 or 3 people who look like Wilbur. We need to get that straightened out. And we'll discuss maximizing stock owner value and paycheck precedent. You're no different than everybody else. Everything else on national TV. And I get paid $1 million a second to do that. To maximize stock owner value of my company, paycheck, my time. We'll discuss owners and owner. The law is the law. So they owe me $1 trillion for disrespect to my ownership. So they can just, Merrill Lynch, Smith, Barney, Paine-Weber. President's Day, just send me $1 trillion signing bonus. And then a $1 billion a month contract to paycheck to be the chairman, president, or just he's the guy who gets paid $1 billion a month. That's a job title. And all the scum get identified based on their ACT percent, degrees and what from where. My dad gets identified. Since I was in kindergarten, and they moved from Prairie Village to Overland Park. At I was 16, worked at Woolworths, and shit started flying. Verbal gossip and neighbors, Jewish issues, non-Jews, and all kinds of gossip shit started, including people getting murdered, and my dad getting murdered. And the older I get and think back about things, I think he really was murdered when I was 16. That person was. And all his acquaintances, friends, lawyers, do have people who look like them, as the guy stated, lookalikes and frauds and identity thieves. And seems like somebody said all your parents' friends are a bunch of losers. Well, some of them were Well, to me, they were kind of fucking stupid idiots, and they weren't rich. I mean, and they didn't address issues correctly in an acceptable manner. So, some of them say owning stock doesn't matter. Well, I will not accept that, tolerate that, and in reality, around here, it's one time it's that, one time this. So, owning stock matters, and my degrees matter. So, punks who say, well, they matter when you don't have them, but when you get them, they don't matter anymore. Yeah, everybody who has degrees uses it against their inferior, and when you become better than they are, they don't like it, so they call the cops on you. Well, they owe me $1 trillion for that, and then they all get put in prison until they're dead. That's not acceptable. Everybody gets beat. There's always somebody a little bit taller, a little bit richer, a little bit smarter, a little bit better educated, whatever it is you want, whatever game you want to play. And I don't think most of these idiots have games comparisons are relevant to getting that $1 billion hedge fund paycheck. You know, own a house, live in a house, live, $1 trillion, and let's get on TV and let's discuss it. National television, everything. Starting with Merrill Lynch, Smith Barney, and Paine Webber.